You finally go to a networking event, you post the content or reply to someone who inquired, and somehow you end up doom scrolling cat videos on TikTok for an hour instead of following through. And the moment you think about what should I be doing next to get a client, the mental checklist just goes really, really long and it gives you that pressure in your head. You start to really feel tense in your shoulders and in your neck, and it feels like you're about to explode before you've ever done anything. Even though you're not really physically exerting that much, but the mental and emotional load already feels like you've ran a marathon. If that speaks to you, this is very common and definitely nothing to be ashamed of because the clients that I have before coming to me have had the exact patterns, and I'm here to show you why this happens. The first reason is that the current way that they're getting clients is too energy taxing, so their body shuts them down. And this is more than just the strategy that they're doing. It's not really about posting every day, but it's how they are doing it. Because now my clients can post a post, maybe it'll take them 10 minutes or 30 minutes or an hour, and they're going to post and then they're done for today. No big deal, because we've done the work to help them get there. But before, one post could take them most of the day. And so it takes them long hours to do the things that would have only taken them 2 to 3 hours had they had their nervous system been more regulated. And also, because their nervous system is so dysregulated, they have zero boundaries because they can't really tune into that intuition because of all the noise from the dysregulation. So they take in clients they're not supposed to that are actually draining. And because they've been running the show in this way for a long time, their nervous system just hits the brakes, because it is too energy taxing. This is actually a very normal physiological mechanism by the nervous system. It will always protect you when you are burning too much fuel for what you're doing. The second one is that before they come to me, their nervous system doesn't trust them because they have ignored their basic needs for decades and decades, pretty much since they were born for some of them. And so a lot of them have ran on erratic sleep, they've skipped their meals, and they stop moving their body in a way that makes them feel good, especially during the time when they push for more clients. And they just haven't really learned a different way to operate, because they have just been taught for a very long time since they were young that they just need to get pushing through and override their system. And so their nervous system is trying to power a high output business with really, really shitty inputs. So there's no predictable rest. Their blood sugars are all over the place because they're skipping meals, and their stress just continues to stay in their body because there's no outlet for it to actually come out. And when they're constantly in that state, their body doesn't have the fuel to do the work that they're asking of it. So it will shut down, it will distract through the TikTok videos, and then the migraine is that physical manifestation of the stress that is built in the body. And so when we actually work together, we relieve the all of the stress, and they learn tools with regards to how to physically release the stress in their body that only takes 2 to 5 minutes, because I know that they're busy and I also don't like sitting in long ass meditations. So I have figured out a way to help them release the pressure in as little as 2 to 3 minutes. And even just that helps them to stay refocused again. Even if they start going to their phone, they go, oh shit, I'm doing it again. And they keep themselves focused. because I mean, it is part of our lives now to have some distractions, but how long we stay distracted is the bigger beast, right? Is the real work to be done. And the third reason is an unpopular one is that they do not have structure or systems in place daily and weekly for their business and their health. And so, because they came into entrepreneurship wanting the freedom, they often ignore the importance of structure because it feels like they're being weighed down or put in a box with a structure, even though structure is actually the regulation that they need. The nervous system needs certainty. And so if we don't give it, the deadline to that this is the launch, the exact non-negotiables that help us generate money every day in the business, the things that help us grow the business, if that structure isn't there, the mind will keep seeking it. And that looks like doom scrolling. That looks like overthinking. That looks like exhaustion, right? And so because they don't set themselves up, because they would rather be free, which is actually fucking them over, they become more dysregulated than if they were to just have a system. And for them, I truly get it. I don't like being told what to do, but also at the same time, I know that my nervous system craves stability. It enjoys it if it knows exactly what it is doing every day. And I give it the flexibility to do it whenever I want, how fast I want, how slow I want, how intensely I want it, how much I do that day. And that way that way we're in the middle. And so I teach them this concept too. It's having structured flexibility. So you can still think that you have the freedom and the choice, which is very important, but also at the same time, there are things that need to be done in the business. Just like if you were to work for somebody, you need to meet their KPIs, you need to meet the task for the day, or you're not going to get paid, right? I used to work in Tim Hortons. If I didn't make the coffee or give my clients and customers their orders, I would be fired, right? It's the same thing in an online business. So when getting more clients feel exhausting even before you started, it's not like you don't want it enough. It's that your nervous system has somehow linked growing to being depleted to being overworked. And so that remains a consistent threat. If your system thinks that something is threatening, it will do whatever it takes to keep you out of that. So it will decrease your energy, it will decrease your motivation, it will decrease your drive to want to do it. But once you train it and stop that survival system from taking over, you get better at handling stress. You can regulate yourself in real time when you feel those old patterns coming back so that you can keep on doing the client getting actions and it actually feels doable to keep going in your business and to actually grow it. So, if you're done spiraling into migraines, doom scrolling, and wrecking your health whenever you try to grow your business, check the links in the comments where I'll show you how to start rewiring this pattern so that your nervous system actually helps you to make more money.